You know, Texas is the deadliest state in the country when it comes to DWI fatalities. And this year, there are several bills in the state legislature to try and put a stop to that. One requires a symbol on your driver's license if you're convicted of intoxication-related offenses. We're joined right now by State Representative Pete Gallego, who's proposing this law, and also John Bush with Texans for Accountable Government. He opposes it. Representative Gallego, we want to start with you. Why do you think this bill is going to make a difference? How will it help?
Well, I think it builds on the success that we've had with the underage drinking campaign, where before a bartender would kind of have to do the math in his head and figure out if you were old enough to drink or not. Well, we changed it and we made it a vertical license so that now just by looking at the license plate, or the driver's license, you can tell that that person shouldn't be drinking. Well, the idea is to do something similar with people who have had a DWI offense, to give them a marking so that that bartender, who, when he cards that individual, will know that that individual has a prior offense and will know to treat that situation accordingly. It's also going to be noticed to that law enforcement officer who may pull you over and look at your driver's license and will also know that you've had a history. The idea is to do something about these cases where someone has been arrested 5, 6, 7, 8 times for DWI and kind of give notice out there that that's the case.
John Bush, what do you think? You think it'll help?
We think it's an overreach. It's not actually going to solve the problem. We're looking for more proactive, preventative measures. In this system of judicial governance that we have, you do the crime, you do the time. You don't have to continue to be punished after you've already done the time. We feel it's a violation of the 8th Amendment, a cruel and unusual punishment that's also found in the Texas Constitution, as well as our right to due process. It's basically a scarlet letter or a Star of David. People are going to have to be held on trial in the court of public opinion over and over with their peers, or if they're going to buy booze, and we don't think it's going to help us solve the problem. It's a very overreaching activity.
You know, we talked about Texas leading the nation in this. For example, 2008, these are the numbers from Mothers Against Drunk Driving. 1,269 people killed in alcohol-related fatalities here in Texas. Again, that leads the nation. It's a serious problem, although that has been trending downward since 2002. The state representative, give me an example of how this would work with somebody. How is this really going to stop somebody from drinking and driving again, which is
well,
what we all
the
want to
idea
prevent.
is to pull the business community in and get their cooperation on this, so that when you show your driver's license, it will show that you've had, there will be a different symbol if you've had 1 DWI conviction or 2 or 3. If you've got 3 DWI convictions, obviously that signifies that that individual that you're serving alcohol to has a problem. And it puts people on notice that you're dealing with someone who really needs help. And so in that situation, I think the idea is to deal with it before the person ever has the opportunity to get drunk, for the bartender to say, you know, sir, I'm not going to be serving you anymore, or ma'am, I'm not going to be serving you anymore, because I can tell when I carded you that you've already had this issue before. I think that's the idea.
Real quickly, John Bush, you think this is a case of we already have the laws for this and are not being enforced, or do we need more laws to keep these repeat drunk drivers off the streets?
No, I think we need to switch the entire script, go away from coercion and start focusing on community solutions. Texans for Accountable Government, every year on Halloween, we go out and pass out cards, that information about Square Patrol, which actually gets people to get a drive home. They drive out in a scooter, they put the scooter in your trunk, and they drive you home so you don't have to get behind the wheel in the first place. That's the type of stuff we need to focus on, not the scarlet letter business. 2
different approaches. Gentlemen, State Representative
One
Gallego,
more practical than the other, by the way.
I'm sorry, Representative?
One more practical than the other, I think.
One more constitutional than the other.
Fair enough. This will go on. Both of you, thank you very much for talking with us. Appreciate it.